There's the thumbnail for the video right there. This stuff. Money, 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 money. See, if I was an internet marketer, I'd have like a wad to impress you. But I'm not. I'm just a guy standing in front of a girl asking her to love him. Anyway, money. Let me ask you this, okay? Just put your ego to the side for a minute, the argumentative side of you that wants to try and prove a point and be heard. Just put that to the side of you for a second. And let me ask you this. Oh, wait. Hold that thought. Here we go, here we go, here we go. What is more important to you? This stuff or this stuff? Let me help you answer that question if you're struggling to answer it. Can you live without this? Can you live without this? Can you survive without this? Can you survive without this? And then let me ask you again, what's more important to you? Water or money? That might be another thumbnail. Let me try that. So, when you think about it, you cannot live without water. 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, 3 months without 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. I think that's what they say. So you can't live, you can't survive without water, but you can survive without money. You can get by. There's plenty of people in this world that are surviving that not only haven't got money, but are in a negative when it comes to money. They're in a debt with money, yet they're still surviving. Matt, what point are you trying to make? What are you trying to say? Let me ask you this. What do you worry about most? Out of the two, do you worry about money or do you worry about water? Do you give water a second thought that there's not going to be enough for tomorrow or for later or for the end of the month or the end of the year? Do you worry that there's not going to be enough water? Or do you worry that there's not going to be enough money at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, in the future? Where's your worries? Which one? If we had scales here, this was the money scale, this is the water scale. Which one would be heavier for you? Oh, I'm so worried about water. I don't know if there's going to be, when I turn on the tap, I don't know if any water's going to come out. But money, yeah, absolutely fine. There's always going to be enough money. Always, always, always. But water, I just don't know if there's going to be enough. And I'm going to be dehydrated and I'm going to be like having cramps all the time and I'm going to get all dizzy spells. Or do you go, no, there's always enough water, but I don't know if there's going to be enough money. Am I going to be able to pay the bills? Am I going to be able to pay the food? Am I going to be able to pay the rent? Am I going to be able to pay all my debts off and bills off? Blah, 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 blah. Where are your worries? So, let's clear that out of the way. I want to help you okay, let's rewind a bit. This video is for you if you have money worries, okay? I do not have any money worries, okay? Now, I'm not bragging to say I'm a multi-billionaire because I'm not. But I choose to not have any money worries. And what happens? There's always enough money for me, for my outgoings, for my bills, for my life. There's always enough. Because of where I'm coming from. Not what I'm doing, not how much money I'm making, but the energy around money. See, there's always been enough water in your life. You've always had enough water. You don't worry that the water's going to run out. You just know there's going to be enough water. You're just conditioned to believe, to understand, to accept that there's enough. So you don't give any thought to it. And because you don't give any thought to it or worry about it, it's always there. You've always got enough. You've always had enough. You have no stress around water. Zero. And because of that, there's always enough. Now, the people that have always have enough money, like me, for example, we don't worry about there not being enough. And I promise you, I'm not bragging to say, oh, I'm better than you, I've got more money than you, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not posturing or anything like that. I just choose to come from the place of worrying about money doesn't serve me. But also, I've done the work around, because I used to believe that there wasn't enough money and there wasn't going to be enough money. And my sole focus and my drive and my mission and my purpose back then was to make that money, get that money, build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up, get as much money as I possibly could, because there's not enough. So I need to get more, I need to get more, I need to get more. What happened when I was coming from that place? Yeah, I'd make it, but I'd also spend it. And I'd also end up in debt, and I had to borrow money. And I'd go further into debt. And I'd lose the things I wanted, and I'd lose the things I had. Why? Because I came from the place of there's not enough. So even though my physical experience was proof that there is enough, because I was making it and I was getting it, I'd still spend more than I was earning. It would still all go out. And it wouldn't be for stuff that I'd planned for it to go out. I'd bring the money in and then an unexpected bill would come in. Or I remember one time where I got a good amount of money, so it went wrong with my car and I had to pay a lot out for my car. Just like out of the blue thing. So then I investigated it. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I did some work obviously with a coach and I read some books on it and all of that stuff. And I realized my external experience was just a byproduct of my internal beliefs, stories, conditioning around money. See, I've always had enough water. There's always enough water. In fact, there's more than enough water for me. There's more than enough fresh water for me. See, like the water I get is it's actually free. I don't pay for my water. I go to a spring and it's completely free and there's an abundance of it. There's more water than I could possibly imagine ever. And it's the freshest, cleanest, most beautiful, healthiest, life-giving water in the world ever. Probably not in the world ever, but it's really, really fresh water. Available to me. I don't have to drive that far to get it. Because I've grounded myself in this abundance that there's more good than I can possibly imagine in this world. And that's shown up in every area of my life. Same with my clients as well. That's what we do with my clients. We take them from the experience they have into the experience they want to have, but we shift the internal. So if you're worrying about money, how's that working for you? If you believe that there's not enough money to go around, you need to get it, how's that worked out for you? Now, while there are different strategies and tactics to saving money and making money and earning more money and investing more money and smart ways to spend your money and vision boarding and courses you can go on, so there's so much of that stuff. But if you've got deep-rooted beliefs that there's not enough money, no matter what strategies and tactics you employ into your life around money, budgeting, all that stuff, if you've got a core belief that there isn't enough, that's what your experience will be. The law of correspondence says, by the way, the laws of the universe, it's just like gravity, okay? What goes up must come down when it comes to gravity. Unless you fire it into space, then it just goes up forever. So laws of the universe are different to the laws of the world. Laws of the universe says the law of correspondence is at play all times, all times, all times, all times, all times. And the law of correspondence says, as above, so below. So whatever's going on in your internal world, that's what you're going to experience out there. It's not whatever's going on out there is what you'll experience in here. You are cause. You're not an effect of the world. And I used to believe that for a long time. I was at the effect of the world and life was happening to me. And then I went deep into metaphysics and quantum physics and the power of the mind and all this stuff. Went deep into that world, studied, researched it, again, worked with some incredible coaches on the stuff and learned from some incredible people, like leaders in the field, in the world, that are just phenomenal at this stuff. And you come home to the truth that we are the creators. We are at cause of our life. So if we're at a cause of our life, doesn't it serve us to choose the thoughts, the beliefs, the words, the actions that are going to create the results and the experiences that we actually do want? So if we believe there's not enough money to go around, and we are the cause of our life and our experiences, that's going to be our experience. But if we ground ourselves in a belief that there is more than enough to go around, eventually the outer will replicate that. So, to end your money worries, the very simple thing you can do is ground yourself in the truth, because it's not a belief, it's a truth, that there is more than enough to go around. There is more than enough. There's more money now than there has ever been in history, and it's only increasing. Even if there is an economic crash, even if there is a depression going on, even if wars are going on, even if lockdown is happening, because again, currently that's what's going on. We're kind of coming out of it, but there's going to be a second wave, so it's 30th of June 2020, depending on when you're watching this. There is something going on in the outside world that could back up a belief that there's not enough to go around, right? It could always happen, but you get to choose in any moment. No, there's more than enough going around. There is more than. I listened to a thing with Warren Buffett the other day, who jokingly said that 460 million isn't a lot of money. He just laughed it off. He's like, 460 million isn't a lot of money. Now, you might think it is relative to your experience, but relative to Warren Buffett, who's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, that's not much money. So again, it's all relative, but we're not talking about relativity here. We're talking about law of correspondence, which is the outside will always reflect what's going on inside. So that's where the work is. The work isn't budgeting. The work isn't sales and marketing or investing or manifesting or I nearly said sales then, but that's the same thing as sales and marketing. The world isn't the game. The work isn't how can I get more? How can I get more? How can I work harder, work more hours, sell more things, do more jobs, cut down my expenses? It's all coming from a place of there's not enough. And even if your bank account says there's not enough or there's less than enough, there's less than we need. We're in minus right now because I've been in the minus, and as long as I looked at the minus and the proof that there's not enough, that was my experience. But until I sat back, expanded my awareness and consciousness away from my little tunnel, narrow, tiny aspect of life, my little bit, and looked at my little bank account, as soon as I opened it up and went, well, let's look at other people's bank accounts. Well, let's look at the bank accounts of the world. Well, let's look at the banks of the world, not just the account, but the banks. Let's look at the physical money that's in flow. You get to see, oh my God, there is so much more than anybody could ever want and need ever for thousands of lifetimes. There's so much more available, and you get to breathe into that. You go, oh my God, there is so much more money available. And me having it doesn't mean someone else loses out, because there's more than enough for everybody in the world now, and that was and that will ever will be. There is more than enough, just like water. Now you could say, water's running out, the wells are drying up and the lakes are drying up and global warming is taking all the water and there's not enough. And then you could start worrying and panicking about water. But all worry does is worrying is like praying for what you don't want. I heard somebody say worrying is like praying for what you don't want. So it doesn't serve you. Like the worry doesn't serve you at all. It doesn't serve you to worry about anything. And you might go, yeah, Matt, you're right, but I can't stop worrying about it because I'm thinking about it. Then stop thinking about it. That doesn't mean you're burying your head in the sand and you're being delusional. But actually, what's delusional? Thinking that there isn't enough, or telling yourself that there is, even though there's no currently in your little world evidence to support that belief. Okay? What's more delusional? Thinking that there isn't enough or thinking that there is? What's more delusional? Because the truth is there's more than enough, always has been, always will be. And even if it runs out, because we live in an abundant universe, more will be created. I can't remember what I know. It's Matthew from the Bible, because obviously it's my name and that's how I remember. Matthew chapter 6 verse. I'm not a religious person. I don't read the Bible at all. But I love this passage. For he who has everything, more will be given. For he who has nothing, even that will be taken away. For he who something like that. For he who has everything, you'll have to Google it, or the other search engine. For he who has everything, more will be given. For he who has nothing, even that will be taken away, or something like that. And that's not a physical thing. That's not he who has everything physical will just be given more, and he who hasn't got anything will be. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. If you have in your mind a belief that there is more than enough, then more will be given to you. If you have a mindset of there's not enough, then even what you have will be taken away. And as a creator, you've got to ask yourself logically, what do you want? Do you want more? Do you want less? Do you want peace? Do you want suffering? Do you want joy and happiness? Do you want pain and sadness and depression? Which one do you want? And you get to choose which one you want because you are the creator of your life and your experience. So focusing on what you haven't got doesn't serve you. Focusing on what isn't there, like in the negative, doesn't serve you. Worrying about anything doesn't serve you. You can worry about this as much as you want. You can worry about that for as long as you want. You can look at your bank account and say, there's not enough, there's not enough, there's not enough. But I can tell you now, that is going to be your experience. That will be your experience. You might make more. You might, like I said, willpower yourself to make more money. But you'll end up spending it, or a bill will come in, or you'll sabotage it. Because the underlying belief is there's not enough to go around. And I haven't got enough, and there isn't enough. But I cancel that. I cancel, because I'm putting that out to the universe. Cancel, delete. No. No. There is more than enough. I have more than I need right now. I have more than I need. Even if this was all I had, right? Even if this was the only money I had in my physical world, in all of my bank accounts, in all of my investments, in all of my assets, if this was all I had, right? All I had. In this moment right here, right now, regardless of what's going on in the outside world, like bills that are due, investments that are due to go out, anything that's due to go out in the future in another moment, right? Even if it's in an hour's time, it's still in a different moment that isn't now. Right here, right now, I do not need any more money. I don't need any money right here, right now, filming this, in this moment right here, right now. Now, you might say, yeah, but Matt, what about at the end of the month? Blah, blah. I don't need to think about the end of the month because it's not even here, right? Well, it's a day away from the end. It might even be the end of the month. I'm not sure. But anyway, I don't need to worry about that because I'm here now. So here, right now, I can go, right. I could say, oh, I've only got £10. Ugh, I need so much more. I've only got a tenner. I need so much more. And that would be the energy that I'm emitting out to the universe. And then I'm at cause of my life, and that's what my experience is going to be. Or I can say, in this moment right now, I don't even need this. Doesn't mean I don't want it. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. But I could say, I don't need this. This is more than I need right now. God, I have so much more than I need right now. I have so much more money than I need right now. I have so much more money than I need. I have so much more than I need right now. I'm so grateful for the fact that I have got more money than I need right now. And I'm going to breathe into that truth. I'm going to breathe. I've got my hand on my heart while I'm saying that. And if I sit there, even if I'm really stressed out because I'm looking at my bills and my outgoings, even if I'm really stressed out, as long as I sit in this and I just breathe, I have more than I need right now. I have more than enough. I have more than I need right now. I'm so grateful that I have more than I need right now. Boom, I'm at peace. And I'm not in fight or flight. I'm not desperate and I'm not needy. Then I can come at the world from that place. And I'm more likely to, if I do have bills that are going out and I currently don't see the money in my account that's due to pay those bills, if that were the case, and I took myself out of that, and I breathed into the fact that I've got more than I need right now, I'm more likely to come at the world from that place of abundance, that I've got more than I need right now. I'm more likely to have a higher level of consciousness, thought, idea, action, inspiration come to me to put out into the world. The marketplace, people will feel that I'm not needy and trying to get anything from them, and I'm coming from a place of abundance, and people want to feel abundance. So they pick up on that energy that I have, and they want that, and they're more likely to invest and give me money, which would then ultimately pay my bills. But if I go, shit, I haven't got any money, I haven't got enough money to pay my bills, oh God, someone please give me money, then someone might do it out of pity. But it's only going to create stress and tension in my body for the rest of the month. Even if I pay the bills, I'm like, oh God, now what am I going to do next month? I've had to borrow that money to pay this off. And it's a perpetual stress, perpetual worry. But I don't want to live like that. I used to live like that, and it aged me so much, and it stressed me out so much, and I just hated life and resented life, and I was very angry. But the reason why I'm at peace, no, I want to say like I'm completely enlightened being and I'm woke and spirit and all that stuff, but I'm way more at peace now, just like all my clients are way more at peace. We don't worry about stuff because we don't need to. And even if a worry comes up, we do the work to remove that worry straight away. So there's no stress in our body, there's no tension in our body, there's no fear, there's no anxiety in our body because we're present to the moment, grounded in the truth that is there is more than enough to go around, just like water. There's more than enough to go around. Always will be, always has been, currently is more than enough to go around. And like I said, your mind might look for the evidence to prove otherwise, but you could also see proof for the other way of thinking, which is there is more than enough to go around. So you can look and see the proof of that. You'll always find what you look for, always. So if you're looking for evidence that there's not enough, you'll find it. If you're looking for evidence that there's more than enough, you'll find it. You're the cause, you're the creator, you're in control. What do you choose to look at? What do you choose to see? That there's more than enough or that there's not enough? It's a choice. There is more than enough of this stuff to go around. Always has been, always will be. Therefore, you don't need to worry about it. You just get to breathe into the fact, yeah, there's more than enough to go around. Send me some of that. Send me it. Universe, God, angels, source, whatever you believe in the higher power is, even yourself. I'm open to receiving more of it. I'm open to receiving some of it. The abundance of money that's going around, I'm open to receiving it. Breathe into that and open yourself up to it. Doesn't make you greedy. Money isn't the root of all evil. That's a different video for another day. This is about the mindset behind money, which is there's more than enough to go around. You get to breathe into that regardless of what your current situations and circumstances are and the evidence that you can see that would contradict what I've just said. You get to get out of your mind down into your body and breathe into the truth that there is more than enough to go around, that always has been, that always will be. Just keep breathing into that until you feel it in every cell of your body, then come at the world from that place. Any questions, comments, whatever, let me know. Happy to go deeper if you want to. Matt at coachmattsmith.co.uk. I've got a few coaching spaces available right now. Everything I do in the coaching world on one-on-one coaching is completely tailor-made to the individual. The length of the contract that we sign, the agreement, the investment on your part in terms of time, in terms of energy, in terms of finances, all completely tailor-made to you. So there is, I take out all the excuses. So when you say, I haven't got the time for that, it's tailor-made to you around your time and lifestyle. Oh, I don't know if I've got the energy to invest into the coaching and doing the inner work. It's all tailor-made to the current level of energy that you've got, and we up it straight away anyway, so you've got more energy than you could possibly need. And finances, again, I've got all tailored completely to you, regardless of your level of finances right now and how much money you have or haven't got. And again, we skyrocket that straight away. We give you the things that can bring in more money than you can ever possibly imagine. Okay? So that's all covered. There are no excuses. There's no excuses. The only thing is whether you want it or not. That's the only question you've got to ask. Do you want a different, better life for yourself or not? Are you committed to that or not? That's the only difference. Let's have a conversation. Like, the worst that can happen is I give you some stuff in the conversation that transforms your life and you don't invest and you still transform your life. Matt at coachmattsmith.co.uk. Send me an email. We'll hook up. We'll have a conversation. Look at where you're at right now. Look at where you want to be. Look at what needs to happen so you can bridge the gap between the two. So you can get to where you want to be, do what you want to do, have what you want to have, experience what you want to experience. Let's get you out of pain and suffering and into the highest and best version of you and the best life that is meant for you. Joy, excitement, freedom, love, pleasure, peace, all of that stuff. It's available to you. I want to help you on that journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more of this stuff. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, there is more than enough now, then, and always and forever. There's more than enough of everything. We live in a completely abundant universe. Ground yourself in that truth. That will be your experience. As above, so below. It's the law of correspondence. You can't fight it. It's a truth. It's what happens. You just got to trust it and allow it and stop fighting it. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.